Here we have three eminent personalities and from the world-class companies, and we'll hear more about it from our speakers. So can I invite first speaker, Mr. Appadurai, Country Manager, HP Indigo.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome up.
Check, 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 check. Good morning. I thought Mr. Kiran Pragi will present my biodata. He actually missed it. But that's fine. What I want to do is, I want to do my next 20 minutes along with you. Okay? So I want to basically ask for very few questions. I hope you behave well with me and answer this question by a show of hand. I've been here from yesterday. I was overwhelmed is the right word that I would use, because with all the technologies and regulations that you're speaking about, I really got overwhelmed and I left yesterday afternoon. And I slept well. Today morning I came. I thought I should do something differently. So people in the audience and outside people can also come in. If you are a policy maker, professor, doctor, Padma Shri, or anybody who influences our life, can you just show your hands? I just want to see how many people. Show of hands, policy makers, professors. Only the first seat, okay. Are there any brands, brand consulting companies which are sitting here? Brands and brand owners and brand consulting? Show of hands, please. Okay. Are there any students that I love the most? The millennial students who were born after 1990. Show of hands. Hey, Delhi hai. Okay. Please tell me, who are the people who mistakenly come here, who were supposed to go Chopra ji's wedding party in ball number 2? Uska bhi nahi answer hai. Oh my God, this is going to be really difficult. Sir, I come from Bangalore. Day before yesterday, when I was presenting and asking people to raise hands, log aisa kiya tha? Swimming? So swimming tha. But I want to tell you the real truth of the swimming, which all of you think. Basically, kya hota tha? Last week, there was no bad incident that happened in the pura dunya or in India. Media ko kuch news chahiye. Actually, I come from Bangalore. 95% of Bangalore is absolutely clean, like the way it is. The 5% of the Bangalore which has a problem has the residences of VIPs. Usi wajah se, same place, they are covering from different angles and showing all through the media. But from yesterday, Queen mar gaya, Bangalore ka flood bhi chala gaya. Right? So please don't think bad about Bangalore. Most important for all of you. Right? Now, coming to the topic. Yesterday when I said I was hearing all these policy makers and Padma Shri, basically professors and policy makers and doctors are very nice people. They're humble, they're kind. They kept saying, save the world, save the world, save the world. Sustainable. Sustainability, save the world. I have a problem with that. This is actually a big problem. Psychologically, if you see, if you say, save the world, I will hear, aapke paas time hai? Duniya save karne ke liye? No. This is where I actually want to change the whole game. And instead of calling save the world, I want to say, save yourself. Save yourself, that's it. You don't need to save the world. Sorry, Superman is there for that. Save yourself. Let me try and give an example of this. मैंने सबको पूछा, he said, if you want to be successful and make the audience respond to you, you should speak in Bangla, not in English. Because हमारा industry में पूरा Chatterjee and Banerjee is the maximum, right? Oh, finally you guys are responding to me. Good. Save yourself. Basically, in Bengali is said like this. A plastic है ना plastic. Plastic से समुंदर से जाता है. वो प्लास्टिक माछ खाता है. वो माछ हमारा बंगाली रा खाता है. 80% of the industry, sorry, there are Tamil guys also, they will, I want to go back to that. 80% of the packaging people are Bengalis, right? So now does it make sense? Save yourself. You don't need to save the world. And let's see how we do that. Okay? The first thing is, there is this big organization called Flexible Packaging Europe. They define something called as the waste hierarchy. Okay? In the waste hierarchy, obviously it's like a Maslow theory inverted. They talk about prevention, preparing for reuse, recycling, recovery, disposal. For the last 2 days or 1.5 days, we've been dealing with this for a long, long time. Everybody who came and spoke, this is the reason why I got overwhelmed, by the way. Recycle, CO2. But I just want to focus on the top chart alone, which is prevention. I actually took a poor Bengali class. OB. Okay, let's try this in English. Prevention is better than? No, this is only 5 people are answering. Prevention is better than? Good. What is that we are talking about? Somebody was talking 2070 goals, 2030 goals. हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं. We are trying to go there. But sir, with this data that I'm going to share with you, you would all go charged and fix this issue of sustainability. Basically, okay, by the way, I forgot to ask, is there any printers here? 1 printer, 2 printers. Okay, sir, thank you for coming here. Because of people like you, the industry is running. Because the rest of the people decided to play golf today, right? But as a brand owner, when you talk to the printer, there is always 10% wastage. Hai nahi hai? That is printed waste material of your beautiful substrate, which is going to landfill or maach ke saath jata hai na wo. 10 to 12% of the printed materials is wasted at the printer's place. About 13 to 15% is wasted by the brand or scrapped by the brand. How? We will basically deal with it. Product life cycle changes. I'll talk about product life cycle as well. Regulatory changes, SKU proliferation, and excess MOQs that you did not need, that was dumped on you. Sir, I just have another question. This MOQ, na, every time you go to a printer, what does the printer say? You want a short quantity. What does he say? You want like 300 kgs of material. Does your printer give 300 kg of material of flexible packaging? No. What he says is, no, 300 I can't do, but aap 1000 kgs le lo, sasta price mein. Sir, I have a very simple, basic human question. Let's say you're ordering food in Swiggy. You want 2 idlis or 2 chapatis, whatever you want to order. Okay, you order. But aapko Swiggy message de raha hai, boss, buy 12 chapatis, which is for your next 1 week. मैं आधा प्राइस में देता हूं. I give it at half the price. Sorry, my Tamil friend. I'll give it at half the price. What do you do, sir, at that time? No, please give an answer. Don't embarrass me like this. When Swiggy tells you to buy for a week, what is your response to Swiggy? नहीं चाहिए. Sir, ये same चीज है ना. एक purchase manager था एक बड़ा कंपनी में. मैं नाम नहीं लिख सकता हूं. There was a big guy, purchase guy. I went to him. I was telling about digital. तो expensive है printing. Then he actually said, आधा प्राइस में दे देंगे. I am willing to take 1000, but I need only 300. मैंने उसको पूछा, एक फेमस डायलॉग होता है ना हिंदी में, आपका कुत्ता टॉमी, मेरा कुत्ता कुत्ता, मेरा कंपनी का कुत्ता कुत्ता, नहीं है ना? Yes or no? But your purchase managers are making this because they have a target to save so much of percentage of money. Is this right? That will fix your MOQ problems. You would never waste materials because of MOQ. And out of the 13-15%, It's about 50% of that 1315 comes from excess MOQ, which is destroyed, which never sees the life of the day. Right? About 1 to 2% of the printed material is also wasted in your supply chain challenges. Bombay mein stock out hai, Kerala mein stock excess hai. That basically is waste, right? Now I want to go deal with the product life cycle. So before I go there, if you just total up the max, I'm not a max student, but rounding off number is 25% of the printed material, which you've been talking for the last 2 days, is in your hands. You can make a difference tomorrow morning to this. Will it change tomorrow morning? No. But under 2 years, it can change. But a journey has to begin now. If you don't begin the journey, then you have a problem, right? Now, when I was talking about product life cycle, मैं थोड़ा ज्ञान देता हूँ, but Colgate doesn't give ज्ञान, right? This is from Colgate. Colgate basically said, in 1980s, we used to have a very long product life cycle, which is 2.5 years or something. But over a period of time, it has come to 6 months is where a product of Colgate lives. And the best example is my home. We are a home of 3 and an infant. We have 4 different pastes of Colgate in our home. Charcoal ka paste hota hai, whatever paste it comes in, right? Salt ka paste. Now, there is an irony here. I have a next door neighbor who is a bachelor. That bugger, at 6 o'clock in the morning, on Sunday, he wakes me up saying, Uncle, paste hai aapke paas? वो चाकू पेस्ट है आपके पास? मेरे को गुस्सा आता है. पेस्ट के लिए नहीं. That guy called me uncle. Do I look like an uncle? Right? But gentlemen, this is what is happening in your world. The same Colgate has come out with 12 variants today, right? Whether you like it or not. That is SKU proliferation. That is the end of the life cycles, right? Going back, there was a survey which is done, a large survey which had about 12,000 respondents. 92% of the people said sustainability should become a standard, which means government should enforce sustainability as a business practice. And then 9 out of the 10 brands also think, 9 out of the 10 respondents also think that a brand ka hai na, uska hai responsibility, mera nahi hai. Right? These are important statistics for you to understand what we're talking about, right? But end user is basically the consumer. The consumer is saying, brand owns the responsibility of sustainability, not me. Right? 9 out of 10 said that. Why I say is, brands, please be aware that you have to be sustainable, otherwise people will not buy your product tomorrow. That's already happening with the community of shy people who did not raise their hands when I asked them, students and millennials, right? It is happening to you today. Now, going back, how does digital printing fix this problem? The minimum order quantity or the minimum print that I can do in digital printing of all your packaging material is what? 1. That's the minimum quantity is 1, but usually people don't print 1. They print 200 kgs, they print 100 kgs. Because that's what I need. If I'm a startup, this is even more important to me, because when you're a startup, you have money. Money is the only thing which you have to have if you're a startup. And then the printer comes, not these 2 printers, they are good people, but some other printer comes and tells, no, aap agla 2 saal ka le lo, abhi. If you control that, and 3 months something changes, world is a UCA world, they say, no, UCA world. What is UCA? Volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. This is UCA world. COVID was the best example of uncertainty. It changed everybody's perspective, including the brands. So if I was a startup, I had material for 2 years, and then COVID hit me, do you think I can lift my head again? I cannot, right? Now, this is where digital printing becomes important, because the quantity restriction is not there. It's short run, right? Now, going beyond this, obviously the world is talking about circular economies, and from wherever you are, you want to go circular. But when the world is talking about this, ladies and gentlemen, this is in Bombay. Okay? If you don't understand the picture, this is a real picture. That's my colleague. He has gone to a facility which is 4 lakh square meters, which is storing the cylinders that are used for printing for the last 7 years. What sustainability are we talking about? these cylinders, which has been living in place for 7 years, do you think it is a sustainable process? Absolutely not, right? Now, there are further studies which are done. LCA audits. Yesterday, somebody was talking about LCA. This is done by Earthshift Global. Now, they've renamed themselves as Earth Smart Global. And they're basically saying this. They're saying, look, first of all, I have a problem with this plastic thing. Because all of you sitting here have just made plastic the only villain in life. Actually, it is not. Plastic is a villain. 100% I agree. But there are other villains in sustainability. First, global warming potential. Everything which you do in the practices or photochemical ozone creations can come from the chemicals that you use, the solvents that you use in printing, which is all done in the conventional process that you're doing today, right? Nobody is talking about the solvents getting into the landfills. Forget solvents. Go to water depletion. The next war in anywhere in the world will not be fought on petroleum. It will be fought on water. I come from Bangalore, originally from Chennai. I know what is the problem. Every time Kaveri issue happens, I cannot cross the borders. You're talking about water, 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 but how much of water are you consuming in the analog printing technologies? Every cylinder that you saw was washed like 1,000 times. How much of water does it consume? And the overall energy, just taking that 4 lakh square meter of space, you need energy for all of this, right? Nobody is talking about energy in sustainability. Sabka dunya ka ek hi villain hai, wo plastic hai, band kar plastic. No, please look at everything. Look at totality. Look at 360 degrees of solving a problem which the world has today, right? Now, this is a bit of a HP sales bit. I'm going to rush through faster. The digital presses which we manufacture are CO2 neutral when it comes to you, or when it comes to those two gentlemen. Sir, we are willing to give some good deals today if you're signing. By the way, it comes CO2 neutral when it comes to your place, right? I still can't pronounce this word. You can read it for yourself, sir. Kiran Pyagi sir can. Polyolefin. We qualify for this standard in flexible packaging and compostability, right? This is again another, compostability is basically, I'm an ink, will I compose with the material, right? So we've been passing every test possible in the world, including the Cadel de-inking process. This is very important for a lot of you. When you're choosing a printing process, de-inking is something which you have to really look for. If you don't have de-inking, which some of the technologies don't have, then you're not doing a good job. You're basically throwing the plastic into something which cannot be recycled the way it is right now. Right? So we have many, many examples that we can give you. We are compliant on the label, self-adhesive label, completely recyclable. Folding carton is 99% recyclable from our side. And the list goes on. I'm not going to spend more time there, but from a sustainability, I really want to move gears to tell you digital printing is just not about sustainability alone. It actually does a lot of other things. First is speed. This is the fastest printing technology. I will demonstrate it by a video. You can also have consumers engage with you in your packaging. A lot of packaging development managers who are sitting, or budding ones who are here, it's not about the colors that you put. If your customer is going to talk to the package, engage with your brand, that's when real success comes. And I have a video which I will show that as well. And digital printing also brings numerous opportunity on supply chain problems because of variable printing technology, right? I want to show you the speed part of it. And I've been talking, I need water, so I'm going to play a video for you to understand. There is no audio in this, so you have to focus. I will ask questions after that because I'm a fan of Mr. Professor Saha. So please have a look at the text which is going to come carefully here. Okay. I was just about to see when people see good videos, they clap in Bangalore. Save me from water. But you guys have been a good audience so far.
Thank you, Mr. Appadurai. I
Yeah.
think Mr. Shah in next conference make sure we have much more time for Appadurai. I think he has many more things to say.
So there was
and
one
contribute.
little problem. My time has started. Thank you. Okay, I don't need to negotiate. I have Professor Saha with me. This is great. Look, how do you like your coffee? Fresh. How do I prove my coffee is fresh? If I print today's newspaper on the coffee pack, is there a better proof than that? That it was packaged today morning. Gentlemen, this is the speed that we are talking about. Today, when you go to your dear printers, how long as they tell you to wait? Maina? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? Something like that. Right? Today, digital technology has also progressed so much that finishing is done online. Right? So that's on the speed of the printing. I want to talk about engagement part, the consumer engagement part. And I'll play a very short video for this. And let's see, volume.
Worldwide outrage tonight over the death of Cecil the lion.
In 2015, a lion was shot dead in Africa. The lion's name was Cecil, but because he had a name, he was not just an animal. He had a character, an identity which people could relate to. Cecil's fate soon spread across the world. Unfortunately, Africa's last remaining 400,000 elephants could face the same fate as Cecil, because every 15 minutes, an African elephant is killed for its ivory. By 2030, all of Africa's elephants could be lost to poaching. For this reason, Amarula, long associated with elephants, teamed up with renowned elephant activist Dr. Paula Kahumbu, CEO of Wildlife Direct, to launch a campaign to give all of Africa's elephants a name, in the hope that this would make people care more. Introducing the hashtag Name Them, Save Them campaign. A website allowed people the opportunity to name and design their own virtual elephants. After naming and designing the virtual elephants, people could share them on social media. Amarula used these bespoke designs to create unique labels for their bottles. Each bottle is therefore as individual as an African elephant. And for every elephant that was named, Amarula donated $1 to Wildlife Direct. Soon, these unique and colorful elephants began to travel around cyberspace. Web film views topped 2 million. Unique visitors on the microsite spent, on average, more than 10 minutes engaging with the virtual elephants. And in the USA alone, sales increased by a staggering 139%. But by far the most important result was on the ground. Money raised from the elephant designs is helping Wildlife Direct to buy tracker collars. These collars cost in excess of $25,000 each and let the elephants' whereabouts be known 24 hours a day, keeping them safe from poachers. One of these collared elephants is called Tim. At 47, Tim is Kenya's oldest elephant. He is now a symbol of hope that all of Africa's elephants can grow old in peace.
Usually when they see it for the second time, they still clap. Okay. But I think sustainability is also about taking care of other living things that we live in. And if your packaging can do it, if packaging can save wild elephants in Africa, just imagine the possibilities of how consumers can engage with this. Every single pack was an involvement of a consumer who buys Amarula as a drink because he's named it. He's created the design. This, ladies and gentlemen, is possibly going to be the biggest thing in the world tomorrow in packaging, right? Now, after me, my dear friend, Mr. Barun, is also going to come and speak. In India, we've done this massive Kit Kat campaign, which is also personalized. Consumers were engaged in this, right?
Worldwide.
So he will basically talk about this when it comes to him. So I'm going to leave this. These are some of the sustainability goals of large companies, including Barun's company, where they're talking about 2025, 2030, 2027. India is still talking 2070. Focus on the 25% that I was talking about. You will be on its way, right? Now, Indian example again, Godawan, Diageo's product, is a whiskey which sold at 4,000 rupees retail. And the entire run length of Godawan's label was printed digitally. We are not claiming this. This is a statement from Diageo. It says, sorry for the text, you can't read it. It says printed in the most sustainable way in partnership with Hewlett Packard Incorporated, right? That's what the text reads, basically, right? There are people, large brands like even Diageo and Nestle's of the world, who are concentrating on sustainability and consumer engagement, right? Now, I'm going to skip this video because Mr. Saha was very, very kind to me to give this time, so I'm going to be respectful of the rest of the people. Last few slides, last 2-3 slides. All of this is great. Where do I get this done? This is the point where you lift your camera and take a picture. These are the people who use digital printing, and they can provide solutions that all I was talking about in the last 20 minutes. You can take a picture. But if you're still lazy people, in Delhi thoda time hota hai sabka, then now you can take it out and click a picture or scan this QR code. You directly get into the contacts of HP people who will not try to sell you a machine, but the content that I had is a 2.5-hour content. We have that. We want to give you that content. If you want that content, reach out to any of these 3 guys or scan this QR code. It can get you to where you want. Final summary for me, right? I'm sorry for the slides, but I think what is that you can do to fix the 25% of the problem? If you're a brand owner, just do this one thing. Go to the printer's place where your jobs are getting done. When you come out, listen to your heart. Is this sustainable? Not sustainable. If it's not sustainable, go back to the last slide. If you're a policy maker, professor, or anyone who's influencing our life, please look at totality. It's just not plastic, it's everything, and focus on the 25% of the problem. If you're students here, your life is going to be very different in the next 5 years. Talk to us. Again, we're willing to give you all the future-ready technologies. You've been a wonderful audience by clapping. And Mr. Professor Saha was being the, for me, he brings a lot of energy. The moment he called me up, I said, we're going to participate in the event. And Mr. Professor Saha did not disappoint us. I'm really privileged to be in front of this crowd. Thank you so much for your time.